What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be previewing round 14. It's Port Adelaide versus Melbourne at the Adelaide Oval this Sunday at 2:50 p.m. in what's a very, very important, very crucial clash coming up this week. Both teams are 5 and 7 and looking to really make a big difference come September if they can make it. Is obviously a very interesting game. It's going to be one that I think, with the amount of momentum both teams carry into this week, it's one of those ones where you just absolutely don't know. I think Port Adelaide having the home ground advantage definitely does help. But, with these two sides currently coming off of, Port Adelaide with a great win over the Giants. Unfortunately, didn't get to review the game with being away in Melbourne. But with being able to see that performance and see that effort and just reinvigorate a season that looked gone, that is extraordinary. And I thought it was an amazing performance and a full four-quarter performance with, a scoreless quarter for the Giants. We kept them to a consistent performance right across the board. Our defenders were amazing with Sava Radicalier and Miles Bergman pinch hitting in both defence and in the midfield. Connor Rosie, Zach Butters, the big names were standing up, and this is a side that we have struggled to beat previously, and to get that job done in Canberra, away from home, under so much pressure, coming off a bye, was extraordinary. And we looked refreshed, revitalised. We looked like we had a simple game plan. It was just a lockdown defensive game. We really stood tall when the moments counted. Ollie Wines in the last quarter, Joe Richards with an amazing tackle and kicking a goal, and then the pressure right across the board was fantastic. Right in the contest, we created turnovers, created stoppages when we need to, and we were very patient going inside 50. And this is even with a Georgiadis only kicking the one goal, and was very well held by Sam Taylor. To come out of that one with a great win like that is very important. So to come up against a Melbourne side who only just lost to the Magpies by a point on Neil's day on the King's birthday match there, they were very, very good. Their pressure was amazing around the contest. They took on Collingwood. They created turnovers from the Pies. They took advantage of their opportunities when they got them. Occasionally, they missed a few set shots, and I think that's going to be the crucial part this week. Both these sides are notorious for missing the easy shot. They're notorious for having inaccurate goal kicking, and this is what's going to win this week's game. Heavily, very even across the board. I'd say the Dees have the star power, the firepower. Petrarca, Oliver, always in the same conversation. Cozzy Pickett's been extraordinary this year. Max Gawn is the premier ruckman of the comp, and even their defence, Lever and May are always, proving to be just the perfect duo. And whilst they lost last week, their defensive structure is incredible, but they are breakable. We saw the Saints break them apart in Alice Springs, and I think with the way we were able to manhandle and dispute the defensive unit of Sam Taylor and Jack Buckley for the Giants, I don't see why we couldn't take advantage of the D's again. They have some great star power. I think their forward line is very vulnerable. We can stand up and really put the pressure on them. Relying on Petty, Melksham, Fritsch, Van Rooyen to kick goals, hasn't always proven the best way for the D's. So they're definitely gettable. It's a must-win game, obviously. I think with this week in particular, the next 3 weeks with the D's, the Swans and the Blues all at home, very winnable games, a very big opportunity for Port Adelaide to really kickstart their season and to go into the next 3 weeks eyeing off 3 big wins. I expect a three-win run here now after that performance against the Giants. And what's important is over these 3 weeks, players will start to come back. We see Horn Francis will come back in this week. The injury list is starting a bit lighter. We obviously had Asava and Farrell come back last week. Josh Sin, all serviceable. I thought Asava Radicalier played the best game he's played for the club last week. He was extraordinary. And now coming into this week, you've got to carry that momentum. You get an 8-day break, back at home, and I think that's the momentum Port Adelaide need. Port Adelaide are a momentum side. If they got things going their way, it's crucial for them to keep that going. And a win this week against the Dees would be very, very crucial to a season that was thought to be lost 2 weeks ago, and now whilst 15th. a run is there to be taken advantage of, and I hope Port Adelaide have it in them, because it'd be, interesting to see how we sort of take it up to the top sides with a bit of momentum. That's the forecast looking ahead. We talk about games that are important. This is the one. How do we stop Cozzy Pickett? I think he's almost unstoppable. Willem Drew would either take Oliver or Petrarca. Again, Cozzy and Petrarca have the versatility to go up forward. I think Miles Bergman probably has a good opportunity to be a shutdown role here, similar to what he did with Dawson. He tried to do it last week as well, with Tom Green and a few others as well, and it just works. And Miles is such a versatile player, but he's a unique perspective on our midfield, which works wonders. And he can go down back and take that intercept mark. And having a full back line with Asava and Alir and Farrell and Brandon Zerkdach, it just allows Bergman to be free, and that's how he should play, freely. Let him run, take that quick burst, take that intercept mark, let him get the clearance. He's just dynamic that way, and I think he is the X factor. With Horne-Francis coming in as well, it makes for a different dynamic once again. And I think that's what's going to be unique this week with Port. That's supposedly supposed to rain later in the day. We could see a definite turnaround like that Hawthorn game in the rain just last year with the Darcy Burns-Jones winner. And I think with applying the pressure to the Dees, you can catch them out really well. You can get a run on them. We saw the Saints do it. We've seen Freo do it earlier in the year, and they have. Once you get a run on them, they tend to buckle a little bit. So it's very important that we get a good start against the Dees. It's very important that we utilise our skills and really make sure that we get the pressure on early, because if that rain does come and by the time the game starts it could already be there, I think it's very, very important that we do have a hot start. And that's probably the major talking point for me, is the good start again like last week. 4-quarter performance pressure. I just think with the win in itself, and then winning a second half, winning a last quarter, just will open the floodgates for Port. I think this will be a different look. I could be wrong, but I feel a lot more optimism now coming off of that win that we had coming into this one. I'm very confident that we can be consistent enough to do the job against the D's. But it's Port, so who knows? So selections this week. As I said, Horne-Francis will be coming back into the side, so you probably expect the one change there. I don't see the likes of Moraes or Jackson going out here. I think they've proven they were very effective last week. There could be an opportunity for Jackson to possibly miss, but I only see the one change. Horne-Francis comes in, and we'll see sort of what dictates coming out of this game. But other than that, pretty settled lineup. We haven't had that for a while, which is good. We get an 8-day break, and I'm tipping us to win by 17 points. I think we're a 3-goal better side at home in front of the faithful. It's going to be a good day. And Sunday footy, which is very exciting. Well, Port fans, let me know in the comments below your thoughts about this week's game. Obviously, coming off of last week is a very, very impressive win once again. I'm looking forward to hopefully backing it up with another win this week. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Make sure you attend the game this week. It's going to be massive, and I look forward to seeing you all there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content to come your way. My name's Anthony, and as always, go on the pair.